Check your phone as soon as you wake up. You've just opened your eyes, you're still sleepy. Your brain feels like it's stuck between hibernation and wakefulness. But boom, your hand is already reaching for your phone. Does that sound familiar? This normal thing is actually a brain glitch. The brain gets confused and automatically marks, oh, this must be extremely important. So it immediately activated emergency alert mode, handling every ping from Gmail, Messenger, and Insta, as if you had just been given a national mission. Then, every time you press like or reply to a message, your brain releases a little dopamine, turning the notification into a sweet reward. It immediately memorized the formula. Wake up equals pick up phone equals feel happy. And thus, the glitch loop was formed. So you think you're actively holding your phone, but in reality, your brain has silently activated autopilot mode without you even realizing it. Next, nail biting. Have you ever suddenly looked down and realized you've been biting your nails without even knowing it? Regarding the mechanism, when you're stressed or anxious, your brain will seek out a small action to self-soothe. Scientists call these body-focused repetitive behaviors. Repetitive habits like nail biting, hair pulling, or skin picking. With nail biting, the brain sees it as a temporary reset button. It's like a computer that lags and needs to be constantly restarted to work smoothly. Every time you bite, your brain sends a signal. It's okay, calm down. Immediately after, a little dopamine is released, bringing a feeling of relief, as if you've just been rewarded with candy. But the glitch is this. This action doesn't address the root cause of the stress at all. It just creates a false sense of safety. One bite makes you feel good, the brain remembers that formula, and the next time, it automatically repeats. In other words, you think this action is relieving. But in reality, your brain is constantly restarting like a faulty Windows system. Tuesday, yawn. Yawning isn't just a sign you're sleepy. Scientists believe that yawning is a mechanism for cooling the brain. When the brain lacks oxygen or overheats, it turns on its fan by drawing cooler air into the lungs. The blood passing through there will cool down before flowing back up to the brain, just like the cooling fan in a computer. The surprising thing is that yawning can also be contagious. Just seeing someone yawn makes your brain easily copy-paste that reflex, like a collective signal that says, hey, the whole team needs a break. But here's the glitch. Yawning isn't just about being sleepy. Sometimes it's a sign that your body is under severe stress or sleep deprivation. A yawn or two is normal, but if you're yawning all day, your biological clock might be having issues. You think you're just a little tired, but in reality, your brain is in emergency cooling fan mode. Doorway effect. Have you ever walked into the kitchen and then just stood there blankly thinking, oh, what was I going to get? Yup. Your brain is glitching. Scientists call it the doorway effect. When you move to a new space, short-term memory tends to reset. It mistakenly understood that the old task was complete, so it cleared memory to prepare for new information. Just like when you switch screens on an app, the data you were just entering gets refreshed and disappears. And so the goal of going to the kitchen to get a spoon disappeared, leaving only you with unfocused eyes. The glitch is here. Memory doesn't disappear, it's just temporarily put away in a different drawer. If you go back to your old room, memories will often resurface. The interesting thing is, you think you're absent-minded, but in reality, your brain just hit the refresh button like a broken web tab. Wake up before the alarm. The brain sometimes trolls you by waking you up a few minutes before the alarm goes off. It sounds cool, but in reality, this is a brain glitch of biological memory. When you maintain the habit of waking up at the same time, your brain learns that schedule. It triggers what's called an anticipatory response. The nervous system starts pumping stress hormones like cortisol earlier than usual to prepare to wake you up. The problem is that the brain is not perfect. Instead of being set to the bell time, it often starts a little early, causing you to open your eyes before the alarm goes off. It's just like when you go to the bus station afraid of missing your bus, so you arrive half an hour before departure. The glitch is this: you don't sleep any better, nor are you any better for waking up a few minutes early. In reality, the brain just mispredicts and robs you of a precious chunk of sleep. Another action we might do every day is washing our hands continuously while cooking. Are we clean or just a glitch in the brain? You can understand that when preparing food, especially raw meat or seafood, the brain activates survival mode. It kept reminding me, watch out for bacteria. Wash it immediately, it's dangerous. Scientifically speaking, it's a natural defense mechanism that helped our ancestors avoid getting sick from contaminated food. But here's the glitch. Instead of stopping at just enough, the brain tends to overdo it, turning hand washing into a repetitive ritual. It's just like when you spam the save button on your computer every 2 seconds for fear of losing your file. It's safer, but extremely time consuming. The result is that the meal is slow paced, and you wash your hands so much that your skin gets dry. One wash makes you feel at ease, your brain remembers that formula, and the next time it makes you repeat it. Order food online and check the tracking constantly. Have you ever ordered food online and kept checking the app constantly, even though you knew for sure the driver wouldn't arrive for a long time? Scientists call it the dopamine anticipation loop. Your brain isn't addicted to the result, the food arriving, but to the feeling of eagerly waiting. Every time you open the app, your brain releases a little dopamine, like a candy reward, making you want to check it again and again. It's like sitting in front of an old computer and constantly pressing refresh, hoping it will run faster. But the glitch here is checking frequently doesn't help the shipper go faster. It just makes you feel like you're in control. You think you're staying alert to track your order, but in reality, your brain is just spamming the refresh button like a clunky old PC. So, habits that seem very normal turned out to be just brain glitches. If you find yourself experiencing a few glitches on this list as well, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and leave a comment below. Your brain has a lot of interesting bugs.